What movie have you seen more than 10 times? The Shawshank Cousin of the Jedi. Aliens 1986 probably 40x. Watched it in HS, probably 5x in college, and now it's become a ritual where I watch it on the flight when I'm traveling for work. That movie fucking rules. The Rocky Horror Picture Show Wars 4 Divide. I don't mind the others, but simply haven't watched them as often. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Lebowski. Blazing Python's Holy Grail. Princess Bride. Blade Runner. Shawshank. I've seen Roxanne 1987 at least 100 times, in a way. When my Shih Tzu was a puppy, she had terrible separation anxiety. The only way we found to get her to stay calm in her kennel was to play movies or the radio. Through trial and error, we learned that she was most relaxed when listening to Steve Martin specifically. So, for about 2 years of our lives, we turned Roxanne on repeat anytime we kenneled our dog. Oftentimes, we just let the movie play when we returned home or woke up in the morning. All in all, we're still huge fans of Steve Martin. Roxanne itself? Not so much. The Big Mad Max Fury Road. And the most infamous one, The Shawshank Redemption. Adventures in Babysitting. Labyrinth. The Sound of Music. A Christmas Carol. It's a Wonderful Life. The Blues Brothers. Star Wars by a huge margin. Die Hard, Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park. Shitloads more, though none come to mind at the moment. I'd guess a select few comedies top the Band of Brothers. I think that counts. I usually watch all 10 hours in one, maybe 2 sittings. Sometimes 3. OTR, Star Wars OT, the first TMNT movie, and probably some Disney movies from when I was a kid. Incredible Mr. Princess Bride. Overboard. Money Pit. Better Off Dead. Back to the Future. Independence Day. Star Wars. New. Do you say you're Gen X without saying you're Gen X? And 2 Smoking Social Wire series. Probably several others. Steel Magnolias, A League of Their Own. Twister, and The Wizard of Oz all spring to mind. There's Redemption. Human by Beach. Terminator 2 Judgment. I was younger, I could recite that whole movie. Romance, Titanic, Star Wars Original Trilogy, Last of the Mohicans, In Bruges to name a few. Interstellar, Inception, Lord of the Rings Trilogy Extended of course, Harry Potter movies, Pride and Prejudice, Master and Commander, A Beautiful Mind, Cinderella Man, and Top Gun Maverick. Matrix. The Shawshank Redemption. The Green Mile. The Hunt for Red October. The original 3 Star Wars. The Goonies. Martian. Interstellar. The Fifth Element. Edge of Tomorrow. 2001. The Man Who Fell to Earth. To the Future. All 3 of them. Also Interstellar. Amazing every time. And A Magnificent Brother. Where Art. Planet of the Apes. 2001 A Space Odyssey. There's new groove. It entertains kids, but I really think all the dialogue was written for adults. Jaws. The Empire Strikes Back. Gladiator, Unforgiven, Wyatt Earp, Trading Places, A Christmas Carol 1938, Zodiac, Jane Eyre, Two Lame Adams Dumont, Picnic at Hanging Rock. Movies I've seen more than 10 times. Enchanted April. Snow Falling on Cedars. Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Blade Runner, True Romance, Harold, and Maude. New Hope. Probably all the Harry Potter movies, and probably Twister and True Lies from back when I had cable and would stay on either of those last 2 movies if they came on. The First Batch all by choice. Fuzz by far the most, Shaun of the Dead, Year 1, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Disney's Dinosaur, Lion King 1-2, Atlantis, Treasure Planet, all of the LOTR Hobbits, Star Wars Original 6, Harry Potter's not including Fantastic Beasts, Elf, Santa Claus 1-3, Home Alone 1-3. That's all I can think of for now. Back in the days of VHS tapes, I would watch the movies I owned whenever I didn't have money to rent a new movie. Sometimes, they were just lame movies I owned, and I would kind of rotate them. VHS tapes were expensive at first. Don't even get me started on Betamax. Blues Horror Picture Show. Die Wars. Way too many to name. I started doing a Halloween month, where I'd watch a horror movie every day in October, ending with Halloween 3 on the 29th. Blair Witch Project on the 30th, then Texas Chainsaw Massacre on the 31st. Then, I realized there were too many, so I made it 2 movies per day, then had to include September to fit all of them in. I've seen H3, BWPTCM at least 100 times each. Not to mention all the Friday the 13ths, Nightmare on Elm Street, Terrifiers, etc. Big Lebowski. I swear every time I watch it there's something I didn't notice before. To be my comfort movie. It holds a nice place in my heart. Jurassic Park, Terminator 2, Return of the Jedi, Star Trek II, The Princess Bride, LOTR Trilogy. I'm starting to think I watch movies too much, because I could go on a fair bit more. But day most 4th Julys for the past 15 years and then some, the whole movie is catchy and silly. Mad Max Fury Road 5-6 times in a theater. Probably all the Ocean's 11 movies. Event Ocean's 12 probably the least and closer to 10 times than 15 times. Logan Out the Glass Mummy Returns, probably 9 times for the Scorpion King though lol. American Tattoo Rabbit. Pulp Fiction. Die Another Truman Park. Get Out. ETA. These are just some of them that I truly love. And The Godfather of course. Many to name, but here's some faves still: Goonies, Sandlot, Young Guns, The Watch, Dazed, and Confused. Original 6 Star Wars Dark Princess Jurassic Park Incorporated. Not sure it counts, but I've attended and now host Camp Death 3 parties. So I've seen that movie 15 times. Oh. None. Closest is probably my family. I probably watched that 6-7 times. Flintock. It's probably my favorite old western starring John Wayne. Goes good with a cup of hot black coffee and a plate of sausage, eggs over easy, hash browns and toast. South Park. Bigger, Longer and Uncut 50. Princess Mononoke 50. James and the Giant Peach 25. Killer Clowns from Outer Space 25. Dumbo, The Jungle Book, Robin Hood, Aladdin, The Lion King unknown but likely more than 50. Terminator. Mrs. Doubtfire. Liar Liar. Step Brothers. Elf. Death Becomes Us. Iron Man. And loads more. Of a Black Hat. The Stone Age. Blood in Blood Outbound by Honor. UHF. Holland's Opus. Cliffhanger. All Rambo movies. All Rocky movies. Grease. Dirty Dancing. Terminator 2. Gone in 60 Seconds. Original Fast Furious. Probably The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl in 3D because it was the only thing my younger brother ever wanted to watch. Crying Face. Pirates of the Caribbean. White Chicks. Harry Potter. The Polar Express. The Horror Picture Python and the Holy Poppins. Producers. The Birdcage. Home Alone. The Fifth Element. A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. Way Out West. National Treasure. I can say lines from the movie before the characters in the movie say them. Prestige. Just around a fantastic movie. I swear every time you watch it you catch something new. Prestige. Just around a fantastic movie. I swear every time you watch it you catch something new. Incredibles. Just something about that movie that I just can never get tired of. The Space. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Paid in Full. Snow on the Bluff. Shrek. 3 of the Lord of the Rings movies. I've probably watched them hundreds of times. Aliens, Prometheus, Rogue One, to name a few. Pride and Prejudice 2005 version. My favorite movie forever and ever. Romantic Face. Can't think of an adult movie. However, many kids movies have been on repeat in our house. Cars. Tangled. Dances with Wolves. Kick-Ass, The Matrix, most of the Star Wars and Marvel movies. The Boy, Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Black Sheep, Beverly Hills Ninja, Big Daddy.